Back in the 1970s, when the kitchen got quiet and money was tight, you didn't reach for a bag of snacks, you reached for whatever was on the counter. And somehow, that was enough. What came out of those moments wasn't fancy, but it was real. The kind of simple, make-do food that filled you up and stayed with you long after the plate was empty. Most of it's gone now, not because it didn't matter, but because nobody ever thought to hold on to it. And something tells me, once you hear these, you're going to remember exactly how they tasted. Let's count down the 10 forgotten poor man's snacks from the 1970s that nobody makes anymore. Number 10. Cinnamon sugar toast. Now this was the go-to when you needed something sweet and quick and there wasn't much to work with. You'd take a plain slice of white bread, spread on some butter or margarine if that's what you had, and then comes the part everybody remembers, that thick layer of sugar with just a shake of cinnamon on top. Into the oven it went, and you stayed right there watching it, because you knew 1 second too long and it was ruined. After a minute or so, the sugar started to melt and bubble, turning into this sticky golden layer that soaked just enough into the bread. The edges got a little crisp, the middle stayed soft and warm. You didn't need a plate half the time, just grabbed it, careful not to burn your fingers, and took a bite. It wasn't just toast, it was what you made when you wanted something good, and that was enough. Number 9. Tomato Sandwich. Now this one right here, you didn't eat it year-round. No, this was a summer thing. Because a real tomato sandwich needed a real tomato. Not those pale ones from the store, but the kind you picked right out of the backyard. Big, juicy, still warm from the sun. You'd grab 2 slices of white bread, spread a thick layer of mayonnaise, Hellmann's, Duke's, whatever Mama kept in the fridge on both sides. Then slice that tomato nice and thick, lay it on, sprinkle a little salt and pepper, and that was it. No meat, no cheese, didn't need it. The juice would start running the second you pressed it together. Half the time you ate it standing over the sink because you knew it was going to drip all over your shirt. But that first bite, soft bread, creamy mayo, that fresh tomato with a little salt, it tasted like summer, plain and simple. And if you didn't grow up with it, it probably sounds too simple to be good. But if you did, you already know. Number 8. Fried bologna sandwich. Now this was hot, loud, and straight out of the skillet. You'd take a thick slice of bologna, cheap, dependable, always in the fridge, and throw it into a dry pan. No oil needed. That bologna had enough fat in it already. And then you'd watch it. After a few seconds, it started to sizzle, edges curling up, center puffing like a little bowl. Some folks cut a small slit in the middle to keep it flat, but most of the time you just let it do its thing. Flip it once, let both sides get a little browned, maybe even a little crispy around the edges. Then onto white bread it went. Maybe a swipe of mustard, maybe ketchup if that's how you liked it. That first bite, hot, salty, a little smoky, and way better than it had any right to be. It wasn't fancy lunch meat, it was what you had. And somehow it turned into something you actually looked forward to. Number 7. Sugar bread. Now this was as simple as it gets, and if you grew up with it, you already know. No recipe, no measuring, just instinct. A slice of soft white bread laid out on the table, a good spread of butter or margarine, whatever was in that tub in the fridge, and then a generous shake of plain white sugar right over the top. That was it. The sugar didn't just sit there either. It started to melt ever so slightly into the butter, turning into this sweet, grainy layer that soaked into the bread just enough. No oven, no stove. You could make it in 10 seconds flat. Kids made it themselves after school, standing right there at the counter. Sometimes the sugar spilled everywhere, sometimes you added a little extra when nobody was looking. It wasn't something folks talked about. It was just what you did when there wasn't much else around. And somehow, that soft, buttery, sugary bite felt like a treat every single time. Number 6. peanut butter banana sandwich. Now this felt a little more special, even though it didn't cost much at all. You'd take 2 slices of white bread and spread on a thick layer of peanut butter. None of that thin stuff either. I'm talking generous. Then slice up a ripe banana right over the top, soft and just a little spotty, the way it was supposed to be. Close it up and you could eat it just like that, and it was already good. But some folks, they took it a step further. A little butter in a hot pan, sandwich goes in, and you press it down till both sides turn golden brown. The peanut butter warms up, the banana gets soft and almost creamy, edges just a little crisp. That first bite was warm, sweet, and filling in a way that stuck with you. It wasn't just a snack, it was the kind of thing that held you over till supper. No complaints, no questions asked. Number 5. Mayonnaise Sandwich. Now this one, a lot of folks won't admit to it today, but back then, this was more common than anybody likes to say out loud. When the fridge was looking empty, no lunch meat, no cheese, nothing left but the basics, you still had bread and you still had mayonnaise. 2 slices of white bread, a thick spread of mayo on both sides, maybe a little salt and pepper if you felt fancy. That was the whole sandwich. Sounds plain, maybe even strange now, but back then, it did the job. The mayo gave it richness, made the bread feel like more than it was. It filled you up just enough to get by. Some families added a slice of tomato if they had one, but most times it was just bread and mayo, simple as that. Nobody bragged about it, nobody wrote it down, but the folks who ate it, they remember exactly what it tasted like. Number 4. Cornbread and Milk. Now this wasn't just a snack. For a lot of folks, this was supper. You'd take leftover cornbread, usually from the night before, a little dry around the edges, and crumble it right into a bowl or a tall glass. Then came the milk, cold, straight from the fridge, poured right over the top. And that cornbread didn't stay dry for long. It soaked it up quick, softening into something between a meal and a memory. Some people liked it sweet, added a spoonful of sugar. Others kept it plain, maybe even a pinch of salt. Just depended on how you were raised. You didn't rush it either. Sat there with a spoon, taking your time. On hot nights when nobody felt like cooking, or late evenings when the house was quiet, this is what you had. Simple, filling, and somehow it always felt like enough. Number 3. Vienna Sausages. Now this one, you didn't cook it, you didn't dress it up, you just opened the can and went to work. That little pull-tab tin, you'd peel it back slow, and there they were. A handful of small sausages sitting in that light broth, packed tight like they'd been waiting all day for you. No plate most of the time. You just reached in with your fingers, maybe grabbed a fork if someone was watching. They had that soft snap when you bit into them. Salty, a little smoky, and familiar in a way that's hard to explain. Some kids ate them with crackers, stretched it out a bit. Others didn't bother, just straight from the can, standing at the counter. It wasn't fancy. It wasn't even something you thought about. But when the cupboard was low and you needed something quick, that little can always came through. Number 2. Stovetop Popcorn. Now this wasn't just a snack, this was an event. Before microwaves took over, you had a pot, a little oil, and a handful of kernels. That's all it took. You'd pour the oil in, toss in the kernels, and cover it with a lid. Then you waited and listened. At first, nothing. Then pop, pop, and suddenly that lid started rattling like it had a mind of its own. Kids would crowd around the stove, watching, waiting, counting the pops like it meant something. You had to know when to pull it off, too. Too early, half the kernels stayed hard. Too late, and you smelled it before you saw it. Then into a big bowl it went. Maybe some melted butter if you had it, maybe just salt shaken right over the top. Everybody reached in at once. No portions, no rules. And somehow that warm, uneven, homemade popcorn, tasted better than anything that ever came out of a box. Number 1. Fried Spam. Now this was the heavyweight. A can of Spam sat in just about every pantry back then. Cheap, shelf-stable, and always there when you needed it. But nobody who knew what they were doing ate it cold. You sliced it thick, dropped it straight into a hot skillet, no oil needed, and right away it started to sizzle. That sound alone told you something good was coming. Give it a minute, flip it over, and both sides turn that deep golden brown, edges just a little crispy. The smell filled the whole kitchen. Salty, rich, almost like bacon if you let it cook long enough. Some folks ate it on bread, some with eggs, and some just grabbed a piece right out of the pan, didn't even wait. It wasn't fancy, but it was hot, filling, and dependable. And for a whole lot of families, that meant everything. Funny how the simplest things stick with you, isn't it? If one of these took you back, tell me down in the comments which one you remember most. And don't forget to like, share this with someone who grew up the same way, and subscribe for more memories just like this.